Hey, Chris Edge here. FTL is essentially a simulator for time travel. Let me explain. Long ago, let's date it back to 1982, during the rise of home computers and the most successful one, Commodore 64, there was a design concept that has been forgotten over time. It encouraged creativity and inspired individuals to come up with better ideas and designs, as these were the only elements that contributed to a good game. This concept was known as using the limitations of the actual computer as an advantage. It had numerous aspects. People had to conform their ideas to a strict framework that was impossible to surpass: the architecture, memory size, graphical and sound device, and CPU power. Apart from a few primitive peripherals, the only upgrade was the implementation of better ideas and more efficiency. This made people think, program and design in a clever way. If the game was slow, there was no better video card or more memory to fix it, since there were a couple of million pieces of the very same computer sold and the game worked the same way on all of them. The only way to improve the releases was to be more efficient and creative, and that was it. What does this have to do with FTL? Well, this game has a pleasantly old-fashioned feel to it. Even the size is a tribute to efficiency, as it is less than 300 megabytes. Apart from its retro appearance, it oozes the same attitude mentioned above, with a well-thought-out and efficient design that the legendary games had during that time. If it were released in 1985 with the same brilliant game mechanics on Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum or Amiga, it would work quite well there. As a strategy game, it has considerable depth, but it does not execute it aggressively. Think of it as a small, simple window that opens up to a much larger and more detailed scene. You won't find overly complex controls or a plethora of unimportant information about commanding your ship. You only get the essential controls, ship and crew management, combat mechanics, some random elements to make it less predictable, and your decisions along the way. The combination of all these simple elements results in quite a complex and enjoyable gameplay. Unless you're more interested in a smoking GPU that tries to squeeze more and more FPS out of your latest photorealistic shooter that is still the same in the core as Half-Life, Unreal or classic Doom from 1993, this game is something different, as it is efficient, small, and clever. In a way, it's a counterpoint to where the majority of games are heading nowadays. As such, it is amazing for what it is. If you enjoy sci-fi, spaceships, exploration, strategies, well-designed board games, or if you like old schoolers like Sanctum TD, Into the Breach or Domina, even just a little bit, check FTL. You won't be disappointed. I think it is brilliant. As a footnote, to my collection among Farming Sim 64 and Berserk Redux, I want a Commodore 64 version of FTL for Christmas so badly. See you, somewhere, in time.